Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video that includes 3 women that went missing. I have Ellen Beth Sloan. She went missing April 16th, 2005 from Polson, Montana. I have Lucille Hellen Lewis, who went missing January 30th, 2006 from Montana. And I also have Brandy Lauren Christiansen, who went missing November 2nd, 2007 from Montana. So, and we have some Jane Does. And I figured since the Jane Does, some of them could be any one of the 3, I thought, or 2 of the 3, then I thought, well, I'll just put them all in one video so that you'll be able to see them easier. So, Ellen Beth Sloan. It says date of last contact, April 16th, 2005. Polson, Montana. She was 52 years old, about 5'4". She only weighed about 100 pounds. She was last seen at her home, and it gives an address, a close by address, not exact address. Her vehicle, silver 2002 Toyota Tundra extended cab truck, was found 12 days after this says she went missing. And I'm not sure if that's the exact date she went missing or an approximate date. And it was located 12 days later in Missoula, Montana. So, and this says she has gray or partially gray hair. Her hair looks kind of blonde in that picture. But so I don't know if it's an updated or near photo or just one that they thought was really pretty that showed her face better. Light brown graying hair, gray, partially gray, blue eyes. She wore glasses. And there's some more information if you want to read it about her jewelry and things like that. And here's a picture of her. And then we have Lucille Hellen Lewis, who was about 53 years old. See, she was 52, she's 53, and the other lady was 46. So Lucille is about 53 years old, 5'2", about 150 pounds, and not seen since January 2006. So I don't know. It says January 30th here, and it just says January here. So I don't know when she was actually reported missing or when they noticed she was missing. Red auburn hair, blue eyes, also wore glasses. And Brandy Lauren Christiansen, missing since November 2nd, 2007. Butte-Silver Bow County, Montana. Born September 11th, 1961. She was 46 years old. She was only about 5'1" and only weighed about 100 pounds. Blue 1991 Toyota Tercel with a Montana license plate number, but it's accounted for. Brown hair, blue eyes, may have used the middle name Renee, the nickname Toddy, or the alias Donnie Renee Christiansen. Is that Donnie or Donnie? Anyway, she was last seen in Montana. I don't know if she lived there, but she's never been heard from again. A week after her disappearance, they found her vehicle on Delmo Lake Road in Homestake Pass. It wasn't damaged. There was no signs of foul play. And there were women's clothing in the back seat. And that bothers me because I don't know if the women's clothing were like if she was traveling and if they were in a bag or a container or folded neatly, or if they were just thrown around and if they were the clothes she was wearing or what. I just don't understand the clothing in the back seat. So there was no tire tracks in the snow around the vehicle, indicating it had been parked there for several days. Authorities were unable to search the area at the time because the weather was bad. When they finally were able to conduct the search, which wasn't till May 2008, they didn't find any clues of her whereabouts. She was a student at Montana Tech at the time she disappeared. She lived in Butte, Montana, and frequently changed residence. She had 3 children. She enjoyed rock climbing. She had a restraining order against her former live-in boyfriend at the time she went missing, but he has not been named a suspect in her disappearance. And her case remains unsolved. So now we're going to look at some Jane Does. And we have this Jane Doe found December 20th, 2007, Angeles National County Forest, age 44 to 56 years old. Estimated year of death was 2005 to 2006, 5'2" to 5'6". And we'll look at a picture of her. Let's see. 44 to 56, 5'2" to 5'6". And here's the picture. And then here's this lady that was missing. And she was 5'4" and 52. And this lady was 53 and 5'2". So I don't know if that could be any of those women or not. But I wanted to include her. She was found by a hiker in the Angeles National Forest, Los Angeles County. That's pretty far away. Unknown hair color, unknown eye color. She was wearing a gray-blue jacket, size small, a white wool sweater, size medium, and it gives I guess that's the brand names, a blue sweatshirt, size medium, blue sweatpants, size medium, 2 white socks, a gray bra, and this is strange because on her left shoe, she was wearing a black tennis shoe, and it was Ked's brand, and it was size 7.5. On her right shoe was a white shoe, Cantilly size 6. So I don't know if her feet were different sizes or if she was wearing, if there was a reason that she was wearing one black shoe and one white shoe, because she's wearing blue sweatpants, a blue sweatshirt, a white wool sweater, and a gray blue jacket. So I don't know if she put the shoes on or if something happened to her, somebody else put the shoes on. I don't know if the size 6 is a men's shoe, making it close to the same size as the 7.5. I don't know if somebody else put the shoes on her and somebody killed her. I just find it strange that she's got the 2 different shoes on. Or if that was just somebody who liked to wear one black and one white shoe for some reason. And maybe the white shoe was a men's shoe and maybe her feet were the same size, but she just wanted to wear one black and one white shoe for some reason. It's just, I don't know. So there's that. And there's her picture. And then we have a Jane Doe found in Wisconsin. That's also very far away. That's like even further away, I believe, than Los Angeles. October 28, 2022. But they've had years to put the remains there. And I don't know how long the remains had been there. But this Jane Doe was 30 to 83 years old. I don't know if her remains were there immediately or if they had been moved or anything like that. But it said estimated year of death 2002 to 2020. And estimated height 4'8" to 5'4". Florence County, Wisconsin. So it says a hunter located her skeletal remains in a wooded area in the town of Florence. So you would think that it was somebody that probably went missing near Florence, Wisconsin at some time. And according to forensic personnel, the remains are believed to have been there for at least 2 years and up to around 15 years. So I would imagine it was somebody from that area. But I'm including her anyway. Unknown hair color, unknown eye color, a hoop earring. Let's see who else we have. We have this Jane Doe, and she was found in Michigan, and she seemed to look a little bit similar to me. She was found July 13, 2005. Estimated date of death was around 30 days prior. Estimated height is 5'3", and this lady's 5'4" and 52. And I don't know if her facial shape looks similar or not. So, Detroit, Michigan, Wayne County, Michigan. That's pretty far away too. But estimated date of death was around June 2005. Reddish brown or light brown graying hair. And it shows her with short hair, but it says it may have been broken off due to the state of decomposition. It's interesting, isn't it? So I definitely decided to leave this one in here. Her nails were well cared for. She appeared to be slender in build. Poor oral hygiene, many teeth missing. Yeah, I don't know. I always wonder if the teeth go missing before they died, after they died, during their death, or... The descendant was located in a vacant house, 4333, go figure, Wabash in Detroit, Michigan, on July 13th, 2005. We just went to church, and when we went to turn to the song, it was page 333. Anyway, this house is located just south of Grand River between Mack and Warren. The body was nude and appeared to have been dragged into the abandoned house. They think maybe she was homeless or transient, but that's just speculation. But she was naked, and they drug her into the abandoned house and left her there. So there's that one. We have this Jane Doe, Los Angeles, California. She died May 24th, 2006. That's when she was discovered. That's when she died. It says recognizable face, but they don't have a likeness of her or a picture or anything like that. She jumped from the 12th floor. Supposedly. I don't know if she jumped or she was pushed, but it says, she allegedly jumped from the 12th floor. That's crazy. 35 to 45 years old, 5'1" to 120 pounds, strawberry blonde hair, hazel eyes. And I don't know what kind of a building it was either. White t-shirt, red and white pants. She was found unresponsive at the bottom of a parking lot at 1100 Glendon Avenue in West Los Angeles. She apparently jumped from the 12th floor of the parking structure. She was pronounced dead at the scene. And I question that because I don't know if she jumped or if something else happened to her. That is just horrific. So, then we have this woman found in Luna County, New Mexico, which is probably an immigrant because it mentions that it's probably an immigrant. She died weeks prior, though, 2005, July, so I left her in. Age 20 to 50 years old, biracial, white, Hispanic, about 5 foot tall, very slender, only weighed about 74 pounds. Brown wavy hair, about 12 inches in length. Pink t-shirt, black bra, blue jeans, white underwear, blue socks, tennis shoes. So it talks about her clothing. She had a black backpack with miscellaneous clothing and hygiene items, bread, can of corn and tuna, Mexican ID card with the name Sandra Hernandez Acosta. Mexican coins and paper bills. So while on regular ranch duty, a worker found the female body about 25 miles from Deming NMSP. NMSP was summoned to the scene. Okay. She was fully clothed. She was lying supine and was in advanced stages of decomposition. She was believed to be a migrant from Mexico, and it sounds like she probably was, but I left her in here anyway. And then we have, again, this is the one from Los Angeles, California. We've already looked at her. It says estimated death 2007. Is that what it said before? No, this one says estimated death 2005, 2006 in Namus. And this says estimated death 2007. So that's odd, isn't it? All right, so 40 to 50 years old. This says 5'2" to 5'6". And does the other one say 40 to 50? This says 44 to 56 years old. Under Namus. And that's odd, isn't it? Maybe they changed the Namus information over time and didn't change this. I don't know. So, and there's some more information. You can pause it and read it. And then we have this Jane Doe found in Benson, Arizona, March 2nd, 2008. Your estimated date of death is 2004 to 2007. They only found the skull, and yet they know it's female, and they've created a likeness of her. I don't know if the hair would be right, but I wonder how they know that it's female. Clothing remnants near the cranium, and it talks about what they were. There was a sweatshirt with a clown face motif and a Joker label on the sleeve, a pair of blue and white mesh athletic shorts, a sole of a shoe, and a blue bath towel. A blue bath towel. The skull was found by a hiker in a desert area near Interstate 10 northwest of Benson, half a mile northwest of Denny's, west of Ocatilla Road and I-10. I just feel like something terrible happened to her and somebody just left her there. It's heartbreaking. This Jane Doe, and this one says not to pay attention to the hair, I believe. And this one was discovered 2009. Estimated year of death was 1 to 5 years prior to that. Found in Arizona, and about 5'3", estimated 23 to 71 years old. And we'll look at her picture and look at the other picture to see her. Oh, I don't even know if I'll be able to. So there's that lady. And here's this one. And this one. 23 to 71, 5'3". Her remains were found by a man walking his dog about 2 miles west of Iron Springs Road, near Ferguson Valley Road. The facial renderings are based on an examination of the recovered skull, and hairstyle should not be considered an authentic feature of the woman. She had some dental fillings and upper dentures. And then we have this Jane Doe, and I don't think this could be any of them, but I still wanted to leave her in just in case. May 31st, 2009. It says location here, but that's Oregon. Estimated date of death was 6 months prior, so it's probably not any of them. Age 50 to 60 years old, about 5'3", about 160 pounds, 180 maybe. Gray hair and a 12-inch braid, pierced ears. She had gallstones. They know she had gallstones, but they don't have her color of her eyes. I find that interesting. Blue hooded sweatshirt with white and light blue ribbing. Bra size 46DD. Yellow rubber Livestrong bracelet. Rainbow colored rubber Embrace Diversity bracelet. Beaded green and yellow daisy necklace. And there's more jewelry. Her body was discovered in the Willamette River near the Swan Island boat ramp in northeast corner of Swan Island Lagoon. And that makes you wonder if there wasn't some sort of an accident, if she didn't drown or something. But I don't know. Because she had a sweatshirt on. And that would make it odd, right? Because if she drowned while swimming, she wouldn't be wearing a blue hooded sweatshirt, would she? Unless she lived on a boat or was staying on a boat and something happened. I don't know. It's just odd. But I wanted to leave her in there. A blue hooded sweatshirt. So she was found in 2009. Estimated date of death was 6 months prior. And she was wearing a hooded sweatshirt. So it seems like it would have been chillier weather when she went missing, doesn't it? There's something to think about. Would have been too cold to go swimming. And who's going to go swimming in a hooded sweatshirt? And they have some of her jewelry. Isn't that odd? So sad. This Jane Doe is all the way in Kentucky, which is really far away. And they found a couple pieces of her hair. So estimated date of death was 1990 to 2005. The hair is probably not going to be similar to what she wore her hair because they only found a couple pieces. Small hairs. 3 small hairs found near the body lead officials to believe she had straight brown hair. Estimated to be about 5'2". She was located as a construction company was clearing a lot, and there gives the address and stuff. The lot had once had an old ice cream supply house and then a junkyard that has been cleared. Detectives said a year of research and tips from the scene led to the conclusion that her death was a homicide. Her body was purposely laid in a way to be hidden, and her hands and body position indicated foul play. And I'm going to assume she was probably someone that went missing, maybe near Kentucky. Because, unless it's odd, isn't it? But probably somebody from the area. But you never know. And then the next two are from Florida. This one's Orlando, Florida. Estimated year of death 2003 to 2006. Age 30 to 55. 4'11" to 5'4". Dark blonde or light brown hair. Average build. Healed nasal fracture. So, and you can pause this and read it. The remains were found in an area of John Young Parkway and W.D. Judge Road. A dog found a human bone causing a large-scale dig underneath the entire skeleton in a shallow grave in a wooded area near 2 different transient camps, but they don't know if the transient camps had anything to do with her death or her being there. So, and then we have this Jane Doe found in Palm Beach, Florida, 2005, died months prior. So she's probably, no way if she would be one of them, but I'm leaving her in here just in case. And they said she had a gap between her two front teeth, but I don't know if that's, what it would look like. About 5 foot tall, 112 pounds. Auburn to sandy brown hair, about 8 inches in length. She had had a mastectomy of her right breast. She was treated for breast cancer with radiation therapy, pronounced bunions on both feet, scar across her stomach. So she had, yeah, it was a recent death because she still had nicely manicured hands with red fingernail polish. Look at that. They put her in a tub like that. She was so petite and tiny, they stuffed her in a tub. Wow. Gold fillings in her upper and right lower molars, missing right upper molars, numerous porcelain fused in gold crowns. A cyclist was pedaling along North Isolated US 27 road. So somebody dumped her along the highway. He was looking for a place to camp overnight. As he looked in his surroundings, he noticed a large blue container partially hidden off a dirt road, 500 feet west of US 27. Inside a blue Rubbermaid container. To me, it reminds me of like a Walmart tub or something. The descendant's nude body. She had been murdered, wrapped in plastic, and stuffed inside the container. She could have been from some place like Albania or Bosnia or Bulgaria, and you can read the other ones. There are places she could have been from as well. So, due to her teeth composition, she is believed to have been elderly. The toxology report was negative for drugs, and they don't have any reason to believe she was a prostitute or anything like that. They just feel like somebody murdered her, put her in a tub, and dumped her off the highway. I don't know if it was somebody on vacation or driving by that way for some reason, and we don't know where she came from before they killed her. Age 46 to 60 years old. A petite little tiny woman. It's just horrific. This lady is from that was found in Angeles National Forest, December 26, 2009. And she was about 5'2", white or Hispanic. And there's some more information if you want to pause and read this one as well. There had been a wildfire in the area and they found her. This lady was found Sacramento, California. Okay, so this lady, I don't think this could be any of them, but I still wanted to include it. She died from lung cancer. February 10th, 2005 was her estimated date of death. She was about 50 to 60 years old, 5'3", but weighed about 115 pounds. She had brown with gray hair and blue eyes. She had several aliases like Susie Clark, Carol Sue Wright, Susie Perry. A lot of Susies in there and Sues. Susie Land, and listed her date of birth as May 26, 1945. So that makes you wonder if her name was actually Sue or Susan, or had it as her first name or middle name, or her mother or a sister or somebody that she loved. So anyway, the victim was an inpatient. She was admitted January 24, 2005 because she was really sick. And then she died there February 10th, 2005 because she had lung cancer. And so nobody knows, who this is, and the family probably doesn't know what happened to their loved one. And that's pretty sad, isn't it? So, and then I think we have one left. We have this Jane Doe. Well, she didn't die till 2010. It was a homicide. So September 10th, 2010, 9/10/10, Los Angeles, California. Estimated date of death was weeks prior. It's a homicide. So she was murdered. She was about 50 to 70 years old. It said she could have also been Hispanic or Native American, but they have her listed as white. She was estimated to be around 5'5", and she only weighed about 100 pounds. So she would have been very petite. She had brown shoulder-length hair. Detectives think she might have been a woman of means because of the quality of her dental work. She had a porcelain crown that was noted to be of very high quality, and the crown had been completed within 2 weeks of her death and was located on the right lower jaw, and yet they still don't know who it is. So here she is, possibly well-to-do, because she had a very high-quality porcelain crown, but they don't know who she is. And then she had a ring that was over 40 years old that might have held sentimental value. It was an inexpensive ring, but it was over 40 years old. She was wrapped in multiple layers of plastic and sheets with the word Angelica imprinted on the sheets. Maybe. And I don't know if that was her name or where those sheets came from. Her badly decomposed remains were located at a recycling center. Someone had killed her, murdered her, and then dumped her body in a recycling bin. It's just horrific. And that's what I feel when you read about these Jane Does, these pretty little petite women, and somebody murders them and then dumps them like garbage. And it's just heartbreaking. And then their family doesn't have closure, and people don't know what happened to their loved ones. They don't get to have a funeral or anything like that. And it's just so sad. So there's some more information if you'd like to pause it and read it. So if you have any information about any of these Jane Does, of who they might be, or these missing women like Beth Sloan, what might have happened to her, or Lucille Hellen Lewis, or Brandy Lauren Christiansen. If you have any information about what might have happened to them, please contact authorities and let them know. Maybe you gave them information years ago. You're not sure if they still have it. You might can call them. You might can email a couple of people. You might even could write them a letter to make sure that you get it all down. And you can always make a copy and then send another copy later in case you're concerned that they may not have it. And maybe you felt like, even if you feel like it's hearsay, you're not sure if it's true, let them know where you got the information or that it's hearsay or anything like that. But any information that you feel that might be helpful, you should let them know. Please don't forget to pray for their loved ones and their families, and feel free to leave comments, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.